Today I'm going to do a small review, review slash walkthrough really, of the Gilded Reverie Lenormand and the Earth Power Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Now, this is a Dutch edition of the Oracle, so the cards are, put in alphabetical order, but they are the Dutch names and the Dutch translations on the cards, so I'm not going to go through them too much. So there is that. Well, let's actually start with the Earth Power Oracle. So this is the deck. Originally it is a Blue Angel publishing deck, but here in Belgium and the Netherlands it is by Kopenhol Uitgeverij BV. So yeah, there is that. So let's open this up. So here we have the cards and the guidebook. I'm not going to go through the guidebook, even though most people like that. Well, some people like it if someone goes through the guidebook. I'm not that kind of person. So I'm not going to go through it, and it is in Dutch. So this is the guidebook basically. I'm going to show you a page though. Here we have the page for the Notre Dame. You have a grayscale image of the card, the sentence, or small explanation caption, offset card. Then you have the energies, the GPS code, the location, the elements, and this very long-winded description. Excuse my phone. When you pay a visit to set place, and that's basically it. So that's for each card. It goes like that. Now, let's go through the cards. Let's zoom in a bit. If I just want to zoom in. So here we have the cards. Quite glossy cardstock, fairly thin as well. Well, not that thin, but the way it was packaged, the shrink wrap made it so that the cards are like slightly curved right now. So yeah, like this, you can see they're slightly curved, which is a shame really. But yeah, aside from that. So the first card, Amazonia, Angkor Wat, Avebury Standing Stones, Baikalmer Lake, Delphi, Death Valley, Mount Emei, Enmei and Le Shan. I'm butchering pronunciations right now. Fushimi Inari, I've been there. The Ganges, Glastonbury Tor, Göbekli Tepe. It's Turkish, I can't speak Turkish. The Grots of Ayanta, Kings Valley in Egypt, the Valley of Kings, Machu Picchu, some kind of bay, Madalena Bay, I think it would be in English, Magnetic North Pole, Magnetic South Pole. Let's try to stay in frame here. Mecca, with double K. Mount Kailash. My backyard. My favorite place. I don't really have a favorite place though. Not yet. I haven't traveled. Well, so far it's London, really. Mysterious circles, so crop circles, basically. I think they are crop circles, not sure. Notre Dame de Paris. Obsidian Cliff in Yellowstone National Park. First national park to ever open. Palenque. Puhonhua. Derp. I don't even know. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Sumba. Spitsbergen or Svalbard. Tanalot. Taormina. This was actually the first card I pulled, and it made me realize that there are some things that I am indeed how do I say this? There are some changes going on in my life, and I'm sort of ignoring them. So there is that, but this was a very powerful message for me at that time. Still hasn't sunk in though. Taos, Tarkine, Temple of Isis at Aswan. Fun fact, this to build the Aswan dam, they moved this entire temple. Temples of Nyadra. Step Pyramid of Saqqara. Troy. Ayers Rock. Volubilis. Statue of Liberty. Wakana Lake. And Mount Warning. And here's a thank you card, which comes with most Dutch decks. And then we have had all the cards. Now, a fun story about this deck. I wasn't originally going to buy it, but I ended up buying it because it called out to me, and I bought it. And so far I have used it like once or twice, not that much, but like I said, the reading I got with it was pretty powerful. So I have this pendulum right here. Since I have quite a collection right now already of decks, I use the pendulum to decide which deck would be the most helpful. And often I have a selection of 3 decks or something, and then I do a 3-card spread with each deck, and they generally tend to convey the same message, albeit in different manners. So there is that. Before I say, it is by Stacey DeMarco and by Jimmy Manton. Artwork is by Jimmy Manton, I believe. On to this one. This is my first Le Petit Lenormand, as you would pronounce it in French. It's called the Gilded Reverie Lenormand, by Ciro Marchetti. I believe he is Italian. Well, he's American, but I think he is of Italian descent, judging by the name. As you can see, it's quite glossy, it's gilded. So yeah, here's the side. Gilded Reverie Lenormand. And that man is sitting at a very awkward angle, because I have the tripod right in front of me, pushed up against my table and my chair. So this is very awkward for me. This is the back. It's once again a Dutch edition, but Since there are no names on the cards, it doesn't really bother. Oh, and I forgot to put them in order. Oh well, let's just go through them. So this is the backing of the cards. And I realize now I forgot to show the backing of the Earth Power Oracle, but whatever. So these are the backing, so you can have reverses in this, but generally in Le Petit Lenormand it is not done. It's not really a thing that's done to do reversals with these kind of cards. So there's 36 cards, and this is card number. So we have the image of the card, the number on the left top side, and on the right bottom we have the play card equivalent. So this would be Clover 10 of Clubs 10. I don't know what people say. So we say Clover. So we have the bear, the ship, the tree, the male significator card, the rider, the key, the crossroads, or the path. I think it's path. The coffin, the snake, the sight, the book, the mice, the lilies, even though these aren't actual lilies, but whatever. The ring, the sun, oh. And as you can see, they're gilded, obviously, by the title. I love the fact that they're gilded. The child, the heart, the tower, the clover, or well, I wanted to call it shamrock because that's what the Irish call it. The cross, female significator card, the moon, the garden, the dog, the anchor, the stork, the fox, the bouquet, fish, the ladder, the star, the mountain, the clouds, like we have a dark and light side, love that, the house, the birds, the whip, and we're fully done right now. So we're back to the bear. Yeah, so I obviously have used these, but I forgot to put them in order for the walkthrough. But, well, you've seen all the cards right now. A small background story for why I bought these cards is because I do have a tarot deck. It's a Rider-Waite tarot deck. The imagery doesn't really sit well with me. For me, it has too much symbolism in there, and it's like a little confusing for me to read. Whereas this imagery is pretty sound and solid, really. It's nothing too difficult. Once you know the keywords of your cards, the reading is pretty easy and pretty straightforward. Also, I went to a spiritual open door, and I had a Lenormand reading, or Lenormand reading. I'm used to hearing it Lenormand, so I watch a lot of Gally's videos from The Truth and Story, and yeah, she says Lenormand, even though I'm quite used to saying Lenormand by now, since it is French. But yeah, that reading definitely resonated with me, and it was like, it's a lot easier to read than tarot, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to buy it. I want a deck that doesn't have the, that doesn't have all the traditional playing cards in there, so I was like, okay. And then my eyes fell on the Gilded Reverie that they offered in the shop, and I was like, okay, let's buy that. Let's buy that one. It wasn't cheap, let's say that. It was 21 euros, something around that amount of money. But I do like the cards. Fortunate thing is that with this set, I don't have extra significator cards, like no extra men or extra women. So that's a little stupid, but yeah. I used this deck quite a few times for me already. With one reading, I ended up with the rider, the male significator, and the female significator. And I was like, what does this mean? Well, instinctively, I knew it was like the rider represents news, and yeah, the male, since I'm male, okay, that's my significator card, that's me. And then the female would be either a new female figure is going to be introduced in my life, or a new female, or a new partner is going to be introduced in my life. Another one I pulled was also a 3-card spread with the bear, the garden, and the coffin, which really is something that resonates with my workplace right now, so that's something. So they're pretty accurate and spot on, really. Especially in the workplace thingy. Let's do a small shuffle, shall we? Why don't I just send my applications? And what's holding... Wait, let's phrase it this way. What's holding me back from sending out job applications? So, what's holding me back from sending applications? Here we go. First card. Second card. Oh, let's move stuff around a bit. Yeah, this is a sage cone right here. That's not burning yet. Should burn it. So, the path, the book, and the coffin. Interesting. Interesting. So, the path stands for making a choice, different choices, different roads ahead of me. The book means either knowledge or secrets. Because it is closed in this form, in this book, it can mostly mean secrets because it's closed. And the way to unlock the book right here means hard work. And then we have the coffin, which signifies the end and life cycles and stuff like that. So, the way I interpret this, and exclaimer, this is the way how I read it, is this is the main card. For me, the one in the middle is the main card. And they tell something about the main card, but also about each other. So the way I read this is like I read these two, and I read these two together. And then I get a clear picture of what all three cards together mean. The way I read this is a crossroads with secrets. Right? Crossroads, secrets. So I'm currently at a crossroads, or I'm nearing a crossroads, and I have to choose. But each path holds secrets that I do not know yet. But on one hand, there will be an end to those secrets. Once I can open the book, once I go through a time of hard work, which is probably going to be my study for to be a hairdresser, that hard work, that book will be opened. And that means that there are no more secrets anymore. And because of that hard work, and that the fact that the secrets are no longer there, means that I can make a clear choice of which way to go. Do I go left, or do I go right, or perhaps even straight ahead? So yeah, there's how I read, how I would read this. So yeah, there is that card reading. Normally I could have added other oracle cards in this reading, but I'm not comfortable yet doing that. I'm not comfortable yet mixing cards just yet. I don't trust myself, my ability to read them correctly. Not right. That's why I stick to a 3-card reading with these, because today I did a 6-card spread, but that wasn't really clear to me. Now I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give this a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!